It's week 6 in my APBA Baseball Great Teams of the Past Season, featuring teams from 1919 to 1930. And today I am bringing to you Game 4 of a 4-game series between the 1927 Pittsburgh Pirates and the 1922 New York Giants. These two teams headed in opposite directions. The Pirates have won 9 of their last 10. The Giants have lost 10 of their last 11, including 5 straight. The Pirates won games 1, 2, and 3 in this series, and today they are looking for the sweep. Giants have scored first in all 3 games, but ended up losing all 3. In game 1, New York scored in the top of the first, didn't have any more in a 3-1 loss. Pittsburgh tied it on Joe Harris's homer in the 6th, and in the 8th, Glenn Wright had an RBI single, and Pie Traynor had an RBI double for the next 2 runs. Game 2, New York again scored in the top of the first. Pittsburgh then tied it in the bottom of the first, scored 4 times in the 3rd inning, would go on to a 5-2 win. Glenn Wright and Clyde Barnhart both had 2-run singles in that 4-run 3rd inning. Game 3, New York led 2-0 after 2 innings. Then Pittsburgh got a solo homer from Glenn Wright in the 4th, and in the 8th, Paul Wayner's RBI double tied it, and Wright's RBI single made it 3-2 Pirates, and that would be the final score. So as you look at the standings, as we said, the Pirates have won 9 of their last 10. They are now 11-8 after a rough start. The Giants, they got off to a good start, but after losing 10 of 11, they are now 7-12. This is the first of 4 series in week number 6. We'll also have the 1929 Cubs against the 1925 Senators, the 1919 Reds against the 1930 Cardinals, and the 1927 Yankees against the 1920 Indians. First place will be on the line in that one. The 1922 Browns are off in week number 6. So starting lineups here for Pirates Giants. First for the visiting Pirates, leading off and playing center field is Lloyd Wayner. First baseman is Joe Harris. Paul Wayner's in right field. Glenn Wright's the shortstop. Pie Trainer's at third base. Clyde Barnhart's in left field. George Grantham's at second base. Johnny Gooch is the catcher. And the starting pitcher for the Pirates is Vic Aldridge. And Vic Aldridge, through 4 starts, he is 3-1 with a 2.25 ERA. That ranks him 3rd in the league in earned run average. Pretty impressive considering he is a C-rated pitcher. For the Giants, it will be Dave Bancroft leading off and playing short. Casey Stengel's in center field. Frankie Frisch is at second base. Irish Musil's in left field. George Kelly's at first base. Ross Youngs is in right field. Heine Grove's at third base. Frank Snyder's the catcher. And the starting pitcher is Jesse Barnes. In 4 starts, Barnes 2-2 with a 4.65 earned run average. So, here we go. Leading off for the Pirates is Lloyd Wayner. Wayner came into this week hitting .375, which ranked him 3rd in the league. He is currently at .369. He is 4 for 12 in this series. And Wayner gets things underway with a ground ball left side. Heine Grove has it. And that is the first out. So he throws over to first. Here's Joe Harris. Harris batting .270 on the season. He is 4 for 9 in this series with a home run. Weak ground ball right side. First baseman George Kelly has it, takes it himself for the second out. So here's Paul Wayner, .293 average this season, 3 for 11 this series. And he will hit a fly ball to right field, which Ross Youngs will catch. So 1-2-3 inning for Jesse Barnes. Go to the bottom of the first. Giants come to the plate. Dave Bancroft to lead things off. Bancroft hitting just .195. He is 1 for 10 in this series. In fact, the Giants hitting just .176 as a team in the first 3 games of this series with the Pirates. Bancroft, he's on board with a base on balls. Leadoff runner on first. That'll bring up Casey Stengel. Stengel's hitting .262, just 1 for 12 in this series. Stengel hit by a pitch and that puts runners on first and second, nobody out. So Aldridge, wild start with the walk and the hit by pitch. And that brings to the plate Frankie Frisch. Frisch, 327 hitter in 1922, but just 195 this season. He is 2 for 10 in this series, but first and second, nobody out. Slow roller toward third base. Trainer charges. His only play is to first. He gets Stengel by half a step. Both runners advance a base. And now there are runners on second and third with one out for Irish Musial. Pirates will keep the defense deep here in the first inning. They've seen the Giants score early and still come back to win each of the last 3 games, so they're content giving up a run if they have to. Ooh, but Musial rolls an 11. He gets to roll on his second die, and quite possibly both runs are going to score here. Yes, they do. Musial hits one down the right field line into the corner. Bancroft scores. Stengel scores. Irish Musial walks into second base with a 2-run double. So 2-0 Giants here in the bottom of the first. Again, Pittsburgh went down 1-0. Both games 1 and 2 went down 2-0 in game 3, came back to win them all. But here's George Kelly, runner on second with one out. And Aldridge, Musial takes a big lead. Aldridge steps off, throws to second. He picks off Irish Musial for the second out. So nobody on now. George Kelly. And that was a costly base running mistake by the Giants as George Kelly lines one for a base hit. Probably would have scored Musial had he not been picked off. Here's Ross Young. Young's hitting just 197, 1 for 9 this season. He singles into right field. George Kelly advances to third base. Third hit of the inning. Runners at the corners with 2 outs for Heine Groh. Groh's hitting 211. He is just 1 for 8 in this series, however. Ground ball. George Grantham, the second baseman, has it over to first, and the third out is made. So the Giants scored twice in the first inning on the Irish Musial 2-run double. Pittsburgh's not too concerned, however. They've been here before. Glenn Wright to lead things off, top of the second. Wright hitting .301 on the season. He is 4 for 10 in this series. He has a home run. He has driven in 5 runs of this series, and he's driven in 5 of the 11 runs, actually. This time, however, lifts the fly ball into center field. Casey Stengel has it, out number 1. Here's Pie Trainer. Trainer's hitting .224 on the season. And he too will hit a fly ball into the outfield. Casey Stengel will catch this one as well. 2 outs. Clyde Barnhart comes up, .234 average this season, 4 for 12 in this series. And ground ball into the hole. Dave Bancroft comes up with it, on to first, gets him out. Another 1-2-3 inning for Jesse Barnes. Giants will come back to the plate in the bottom of the second with a 2-0 lead. It'll be Frank Snyder to lead it off. Snyder's hitting .268, 2 for 10 in the series. And Aldridge strikes him out. Here's the pitcher, Jesse Barnes. Barnes just 1 for 9 at the plate this season. But these pitchers, I tell you, they hit in this league. Jesse Barnes puts one into the right center field gap. Both Wainers are going to have to run after it. Barnes makes his way to third base with a triple. 1-out triple for the pitcher, Jesse Barnes. And the Giants in business again. Dave Bancroft he had a walk in the first inning. Now the Pirates will play in, given that they're already behind 2-0. Fly ball to right. Catchable for Paul Wainer. They are not going to try to send Jesse Barnes. He'll stay put at third base, and there's 2 outs. Casey Stengel's up. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning. And ground ball up the middle, but Glenn Wright gets there, throws over to first for the 3rd out. So despite the Jesse Barnes triple, Pirates get out of it. Go to the 3rd, still 2-0 Giants. Here's George Grantham. He's hitting .238 this season, 3 for 8 in this series. Hard hit ball toward the third baseman. Groh knocks it down, throws over to first, gets Grantham by half a step. Johnny Gooch comes to the plate, hitting a team worst 169, just 1 for 10 this series. His woes continue. Routine grounder to short. Bancroft has it over to first for the 2nd out. And here is the pitcher, Vic Aldridge, who is 3 for 12 at the plate this season. And he pops it up. The shortstop, Bancroft, calls for it, and he's got it for the 3rd out. 3 up, 3 down, 3 straight times for Jesse Barnes. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Frankie Frisch leads things off for the Giants, 0 for 1 today. Fly ball. Lloyd Wainer in center field to go track it down. 1 out. Here's Irish Musial, had the big 2-run double in the first inning. This time, however, comebacker, the pitcher, Aldridge, has it. Tosses it over to first for the 2nd out. George Kelly singled his first time up. Ground ball to second base should be the 3rd out, but George Grantham boots it. E4. The Giants have a base runner with 2 outs. It'll be Ross Youngs. Singled his first time up. And he does so again. Drops one into center field for a hit. George Kelly able to go from first to third base. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Heine Grows at the plate. He is 0 for 1. And Aldridge strikes him out to get out of the inning. Giants have scored twice, but they've also left 5 runners on base in the first 3 innings. We go to the 4th. Back to the top of the order for the Pirates, it's Lloyd Wainer. 0 for 1 today, but again came into the day batting .369. Came into the series ranked 3rd in the league in hitting. And he will get the Pirates' first hit of the day, rolls 66, gets to go on his 2nd column. He hits one into the right center field gap. It's off the wall. Lloyd Wainer's going to make his way to second base with a leadoff double. It'll be followed by Joe Harris. Harris 0 for 1. Does have 4 hits in this series. He rolls an 11. He gets to roll on his 2nd column. Well, it's just going to be a single, but that single is good enough to score Lloyd Wayner, and the Pirates are on the board. It's 2-1. Still nobody out. Paul Wayner comes to the plate. He is 0 for 1. He'll hit a fly ball into center field. Casey Stengel has it for the first out. Here is Glenn Wright. As we mentioned, 5 runs batted in the first 3 games of the series. This time, however, fly ball to left field. No problem for Irish Musial, and that is the second out. Pie Trainer is 0 for 1. And he will dribble one in front of the mound. Jesse Barnes will pick it up, go to first, and get the third out of the inning. So Pittsburgh scores 1 on the Joe Harris RBI single. Giants lead 2-1 heading to the bottom of the 4th. Frank Snyder leads things off. Struck out his first time up. This time, bouncer to second base. George Grantham has it. Over to first, 1 away. Here's Jesse Barnes, who tripled his first time up. This time, high fly ball into right. Paul Wayner runs it down, makes the catch. 2 away. Dave Bancroft is 0 for 1 with a walk. And Bancroft puts one over the shortstop's head into left center field. It falls in for a base hit. Giants have a runner on with 2 outs. Here's Casey Stengel, 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch. And he will hit a fly ball into right field. Paul Wayner will make the catch. Side retired. Go to the 5th. It's still 2-1 Giants. Clyde Barnhart to lead things off. He is 0 for 1 today. He rolls an 11. He gets to roll on his second column. Rips one down the third base line. Irish Musial has to go chase after it in the corner. Clyde Barnhart walks into second with a double. Here is George Grantham, 0 for 1. Ground ball right side. That's going to get Barnhart to third base. First baseman George Kelly is going to come up with it. He'll flip it to the pitcher Barnes covering first. They get the out. Barnhart makes it to third base, though. Runner on third with a 1 out. Johnny Gooch comes to the plate. They're going to walk Gooch to get to the... No, do you want to do that? Only 1 out. No. We'll have them pitch to Gooch. Gooch. Giants will play in, however, trying to keep the lead. And he does play in, but Gooch's ground ball has eyes. It finds the hole between third and short. It's in for a hit. They try to, let's see, Barnhart scores. Gooch tries to make his way to second base, tries to stretch it into a double. He is thrown out 7-6. But the game is tied 2-2. So, just like the first 3 games of the series, the Giants took the lead and saw it become erased. We're tied at 2, 2 outs in the 5th. Here's Vic Aldridge, 0 for 1, and he pops it up right side. The second baseman has it, and that ends the top of the 5th. Pittsburgh ties it up on the Gooch RBI single. So for the bottom of the 5th, 3, 4, 5 hitters for the Giants. Frankie Frisch lead things off. He is 0 for 2. Fly ball to right. Paul Wainer will make the catch. Here's Irish Musial. 2-run double, then grounded out. This time, ground ball down the third base line. Pie Trainer backhands it. Long throw over to first. Beats Musial by a half step. 2 outs. George Kelly comes up. He is 1 for 2. And he will hit a fly ball into right field. No problem for Paul Wainer. That's a 1-2-3 inning for Vic Aldridge. Well, momentum has shifted. Pittsburgh scored once in the 4th, once in the 5th. Here they are in the 6th, the top of the order. Lloyd Wainer, 1 for 2, doubled his last time up. This time, though, it's a ground ball at second baseman Frankie Frisch. Makes the play for the first out. Here's Joe Harris, 1 for 2, singled his last time up. Another ground ball at Frankie Frisch, and he makes the play for the second out. Paul Wainer comes to the plate. He is 0 for 2. Hit 380 in 1927. Came into today at 293, though. Something good, though. 11. Roll on his second column. He had 9 homers in 1927. And he gets one here. Deep to right. It's back. It's gone. Paul Wainer with his second home run of this season. And the Pirates lead 3-2. So his team high 11th run batted in of the season. So the Pirates have scored in 3 consecutive innings, 1 run apiece, 3-2 Pittsburgh here in the top of the 6th. Now Glenn Wright comes to the plate. He hits a fly ball into right. Ross Youngs has it. Side is retired, but not before Pittsburgh takes the 3-2 lead on the Paul Wainer home run. Ross Youngs to lead things off for the Giants. He has singled twice today. Not this time, though. Ground ball right side. The first baseman, Harris, has it, takes it himself for the first out. Heine Groh is 0 for 2. Bounces a ball between first and second. George Grantham, second baseman, comes up with it. Over to first, 2 away. Frank Snyder now. He is 0 for 2. And Aldridge strikes him out. 1-2-3 inning. We go to the 7th. Pittsburgh scored in 3 straight innings. Can they do it again? Pie Trainer will lead things off. He is 0 for 2. Trainer hit 342 in 1927, but came into this game hitting just 224. And his woes continue. Ground ball to short. Dave Bancroft throws him out. There's Clyde Barnhart, 1 for 2. He doubled his last time up. Barnes strikes him out. George Grantham is 0 for 2. And come back to the pitcher. Jesse Barnes knocks it down, throws over to first for the third out. Seventh inning stretch. Pittsburgh still leads 3-2. Bottom of the seventh, Jesse Barnes to lead things off. Barnes has given up 3 runs on 5 hits. Does have a triple. Giants bullpen isn't anything special, so they're going to let Barnes go. Reroll the white die that got hung up. And Barnes will fly out to right field for the first out. Back to the top of the order, Dave Bancroft is 1 for 2 with a walk. He will roll a 66. He gets to go on his second column. Just 4 homers in 1922. He will hit one into the right center field gap. Lloyd Wainer tracks it down, but not before Bancroft goes into second base with a double. 7th hit of the game for the Giants. 1 out. Casey Stengel's at the plate. Chance to tie it up. Stengel's 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch. To re-roll the white die, it got hung up in the corner. And Stengel, well hit ball into right field. Paul Wainer is going to make the catch. Dave Bancroft tags up. He goes for third, testing Paul Wainer's arm. Dave Bancroft is in there safely. So the second out is made, but Bancroft able to advance to third base. Tying run is 90 feet from home plate. Frankie Frisch, he is 0 for 3 today. Frisch has had a rough season. Frisch hit 327 in 1922. Came into today batting just 195 and 0 for 3 today. And his woes will continue as he pops it up. First baseman Joe Harris calls for it. He makes the catch, and the potential tie-in run is stranded on third base. For the Pirates, Johnny Gooch to lead things off in the top of the 8th. Gooch is 1 for 2. Another 66. All these guys have 2 columns, so Gooch only had 2 home runs in 1927. But he's got one here. 66 followed by the 11. Gooch drive to right. It's gone. Johnny Gooch, his first home run of the season. He only had 1 RBI in his first 19 games. And he's got 2 here today. So Johnny Gooch makes it 4-2 Pittsburgh. Here's the pitcher, Vic Aldridge, who is happy about having this 2-run lead. He is 0 for 2. Ground ball right side. Frankie Frisch collects it on to first, 1 away. Back to the top of the order, Lloyd Wainer, 1 for 3, has a double. And he's got another hit. Puts one into right field, falls in. He's got a single with 1 out. Joe Harris comes to the plate. He is 1 for 3, 5 for 12 in this series. Another 66. Another second column roll. It's a 44. Belts one down the right field line. Fair by inches. It's into the corner. Lloyd Wainer's going to score from first base. Joe Harris is going to make his way to third base. He is in there with a run-scoring triple. It's now 5-2 Pittsburgh. And Joe Harris as his second RBI of the day. All right. That'll do it for Jesse Barnes. Guess they should have used that pinch hitter last inning after. Now he gives up 2 runs here in the 8th. It'll be handsome Hugh McQuillan to replace Jesse Barnes. McQuillan. This is his 7th appearance. He is 1-1 with a 0.84 ERA, 10 2/3 innings. But he is in a situation where there is a runner on third base with just one out. Paul Wainer at the plate. He is 1 for 3. He hit a home run in the 6th. Giants will bring the infield in. Fly ball to right. Joe Harris tags up on third base. They're going to test Ross Young's arms. Ross Youngs makes the catch. Joe Harris tries to score. Collision at the plate. Frank Snyder holds onto the ball. He's out. Double play. The Giants avoid giving up another run, but still 2 runs score in the top of the 8th, and it is now 5-2. Bottom of the 8th for the Giants. Irish Musial to lead things off. 4, 5, 6 hitters. Musial is 1 for 3 with a double. Drove in the first 2 runs of the game. He will lead off with a walk. Here's George Kelly. 1 for 3. Slow roller left side. Glenn Wright charges in, barehands it, only plays to first, beats Kelly by a step. They get the out. Musial does advance to second base. So here's Ross Youngs, 2 for 3. Had singles in his first 2 plate appearances. Grounded toward the first baseman. Harris has it, flips it to Aldridge covering first. They get the out. Musial does advance to third base. So 2 outs, runner on third. Heine Groh comes up. He is 0 for 3. 1 for 11 in the series. And he hits a ground ball to third base. No problem for Pie Trainer. Side retired. We go to the 9th. Pittsburgh still leads 5-2. 4, 5, 6 hitters for the Pirates. Glenn Wright to lead things off. He is 0 for 3. And he is 0 for 4 as he grounds out to short. Here's Pie Trainer, 0 for 3. Make that 0 for 4 as he pops one up. Shortstop Bancroft has it for the second out. Clyde Barnhart's 1 for 3 with a double. And this time he singles into right field, his second hit of the day. Pittsburgh's now got 9 hits. George Grantham comes up 0 for 3. And he hits a fly ball into center. Casey Stengel will make the catch. And we go to the bottom of the 9th. After a shaky start, Vic Aldridge has been excellent. Giants 2 runs on 7 hits so far. They've got the 8, 9, and 1 hitters coming up, trailing by 3 runs. Frank Snyder to lead things off. Snyder is 0 for 3, has struck out twice. Can't get much bat on the ball. Weak grounder to second base. Grantham charges. He makes the play. 1 out. Here's the pitcher spot. So McQuillan will be replaced by Bill Cunningham. Cunningham has seen a lot of action as a pinch hitter this year. He is 4 for 11, a 364 average. and pops it up. Left side, Pie Trainer has it. 2 outs. Back to the top of the order. Dave Bancroft is 2 for 3, doubled his last time up. Also has walked. And he draws another walk. So here comes Casey Stengel, 0 for 3. Also was hit by a pitch. And Stengel comes through, singles into right. Dave Bancroft's going to go from first to third. And that brings the tying run to the plate. And that, I think, is going to be it for Aldridge. The Pirates do have an ace in the bullpen in John Miliush. He's going to come in with 2 outs and 2 on. Miliush, this is his 9th appearance. He's already got 5 saves. He could get another one here. He is 0-0 with a 2.70 ERA in 10 innings. First and third, 2 outs. Pittsburgh going for the sweep. Giants trying for a comeback. Frankie Frisch is 0 for 4 today. He is 2 for 14 in this series. He needs something here. And he does. He singles into left field. Dave Bancroft is going to score. Casey Stengel will stay put at second. Tyne runs on first base. So 5-3 Pittsburgh. Irish Musial comes to the plate. 1 for 3. Walked his last time up. Doubled his first time up. He singles into left. They're going to send Casey Stengel from second. He scores. Frankie Frisch advances to third. The tying run is on third base. It is 5-4 Pittsburgh. Unbelievable. The first 2 batters this inning were out. Then we had a walk, a single. After the pitching change, 2 straight singles. It's 5-4 Pittsburgh. Runners on first and third. The tying run's on third. The winning run's on first. George Kelly comes to the plate. He is 1 for 4. Kelly came in as the team's top hitter this season with a .306 average. Can he come through here? Yes, he does. A 3rd straight hit off of Milius, a 4th straight hit for the Pirates. He singles into left. Frisch scores. We are all tied up. Unbelievable. The Giants, who kept blowing leads and blew another one in this game, have come back with a 9th inning rally. 3 runs here in the bottom of the 9th to tie the game at 5. A chance to win it here. The winning run's on second base. Still 2 outs. Ross Youngs is the hitter. Youngs is 2 for 4. Had singles in his first 2 appearances. Outs in the next 2. Can he do it? Another 22. Singles into left. They're going to send Irish Muso from second. Play at the plate. He's safe. The Giants have come back with 4 runs in the bottom of the 9th to win this one 6-5. Ross Young's the hero. The walk-off base hit. Irish Muso scores from second base. Oh my goodness. You don't see comebacks like that very often. Pittsburgh had won 9 of their last 10. The Giants had lost 10 of their last 11. The Giants trailed 5-2 in the bottom of the ninth. The first 2 outs were made. All they needed was one more out, and instead, the Giants go walk, single, 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 singles, 5 straight singles, 4 runs. Unbelievable. So the 1922 New York Giants, he finished with 6 runs, 12 hits, no errors, 10 runners left on base. Pittsburgh, 5 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. They left 2 runners on base. Oh my goodness. The Giants, let's see. Ross Young's 3 for 5, the walk-off hit. Irish Musial had 2 hits and drove in 3 runs. George Kelly had 2 hits. Dave Bancroft had 2 hits. Jesse Barnes, no decision in the start. 7 of the third innings, gave up 5 earned runs, 8 hits, no walks, struck out 1. Hugh McQuillan's going to get the win in relief. 1 and 2/3 innings, didn't give up a run. McQuillan improves to 2-1 on the season. For the Pirates, of their 9 hits, 4 Pirates had 2 hits. Lloyd Wainer, Joe Harris, Clyde Barnhart, and Johnny Gooch. Paul Wainer and Gooch had solo home runs. Joe Harris and Johnny Gooch both drove in 2 runs. Vic Aldridge, he came in third in the league with a 2.25 ERA. He will end up giving 4 earned runs in his 8 2/3 innings, 8 hits, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. Johnny Miljuice had, I think his 5 saves led the league. He blew this one. Pitched to 4 batters, gave up 4 hits, 2 runs, the tying run and the winning run, an infinite ERA for this particular game. So, how about that? And with this result, the Pirates dropped to 11-9. The Giants and their 5-game losing streak, they improved to 8-12. That is it for the first series of week number 6. It's part of this Great Teams of the Past League. If you want to see how all the recaps and stats and box scores and everything from this series, you can go to rogersportsgames.com for all of that. Next up on the tabletop, the 1929 Cubs will be facing off against the 1925 Senators. I will likely have at least one of those games on YouTube. So this was an exciting one. Might have to share this one with some folks. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that. That was a spectacular finish there. So from the Polo Grounds, where the Giants have scored 4 in the bottom of the ninth to beat the Pirates 6-5. That's all for this broadcast. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe.